we ask ourselves, is it a right program for us? What do I get at the end of the program? Do I even have the support? What kind of job am I looking to achieve at the end of this program? So we here at Bizor, we train people for Scrum Master. The last thing that you will get is PSN1, which is what? Scrum Master certification. But the way we train you can prepare you to learn a job as a project manager, a job as a business analyst, a job as a agile practitioner, a job as a DBA, because we train you on your mindset, okay? We train you on the style of landing a job. Besides the last thing that you will get, which is Scrum Master, whatever skill that you currently have and you want to excel in that skill, you can apply this that you get this training, okay? So most of our students, I can take the session, June session, there were like 11 to 12 students in the class. 100% got a job, okay? And not just in Scrum. Some got a job as a DBA. Some got a job as a director of engineering. Some got a job as agile practitioner. Some got Scrum. Why? Because they got that skill to be able to sell themselves much better on the market. Okay, so this is one skill that this class give you that no class, I can promise you, none of the class out there will give you, okay? The skill of selling yourself in any area that you are in already, selling yourself beside the knowledge that you have. If you want to stay in agile, you can stay, but you have that skill that can be very, 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 very useful if you know how to do it. Now, so talking about our program, what do we really offer as a program? So we have a module, we have a class of, I'm gonna turn, okay, let me do it. All right, so what I was saying is that I will use this now to do it. So the module, the program, I was saying, I mean that when this program, the way the program is built, is not just for you to get a job as a Scrum Master. Of course, it's meant for you to get a job as a Scrum Master. That's an ideal thing to have because Scrum Master is the easiest job. But let's say that your background can give you other leverage to do more in whatever you are doing now. This program helps you to land the job even in any other industry. Most of our students landed the job as an agile practitioner, as a project manager, as business analyst, as engineering in their company. So our DBA, database administrator, or whatever it is, they leverage this program. How? Because we don't just train you by giving you the knowledge about Scrum. We train you to sell yourself on the market. We train you to learn how to sell yourself. And in any circumstances, we have students going through interview because they want to enter the medical field. Because they took our program, the interview is going too smoothly because we train them on how to answer those kind of interview. So this is a tool that you will use for your entire life. That's what we give you here. And that is why most of our students have the chance, like when they go through this class, like our June, July, student, they got the job 100%. All of them got new career after graduating. I'm talking about taking the class for 3 weeks, and all of them changed the career and got a better job. All of them, 100%. Why? Because of this tool that is in place. So please take this seriously because it can literally change your life. I'm not just saying it, I mean it, and I can give you a lot of proof for that. Now, this is the goal of this. This is the program overview. If you can track this, if you can wrap your head on why you are doing all this, it will make sense to you. When you are on the module 1, you know why there's an 8 module, okay? And that is what I want you to really grasp at the end of this program, so that when you are moving, you know why you are moving, okay? I always said from module 1 to module 5, you have everything to pass your license. And you can hit this in 3 days. Most of our students, in 3 days, they're ready for the license, and then we prep them for the license. That's how fast our program is going. So module 1 is giving you the concept of what? The project as a whole. Because Agile have no meaning if there is no project. And because of the need in the market, the need of building something, the need of satisfy something, the need of creating something, we always have a lot of projects going on. And at the beginning, those projects were using different methodology called waterfall, meaning that you are building a website, the client give you the specification. I took a house previously, now I'm taking the head website to connect the dot. The client will tell you that, okay, I want a 10-page website. I want to see this, I want to see that, I want to see that. You get all the requirements, you start building the website. You carry all the 10-page and start building all the 10-page and start working on all the 10-page. Maybe take 6 months and you come back and show the client and it's too much work. That 6-month work is too much risk that you are taking because you don't know if the client will like it. But that's how waterfall was working. So they carry a heavy load, bring everything together, do all the bridging, do all the testing, do all the implementation, which really opened a lot of door for error. So with the waterfall, project was failing a lot. Maybe 13% or 14% of the project was succeeding and the rest was failing. That is the reason why they've transformed, they are going through Agile transformation to become Agile. They are moving from waterfall to be more Agile now. So that's why Agile comes into place. That's why there is a lot of need in that industry. That's why a small lesson that the one that you are taking today can land you a job of 6 figures, because they need you. They need you on the market. And many people don't understand that Agile thing, okay? So you are the one coming to the industry and show them how Agile work, how to break things small and deliver that gradually, that we call incrementally, right? So the module 1 is talking about that background history. The module 2 is talking about Agile itself. When we talk about Agile, it's another whole concept. In the Agile, you have different framework, and Scrum is just one of the framework. Why do we emphasize so much on Scrum? Because Scrum is the most used framework in the Agile world. So the module 2 is talking about Agile as a whole with all the framework. And then we narrow that down into Scrum. Scrum, because Scrum is what you'll be using most of the time. I think more than 53% of the framework of Scrum is used at more than 53% compared to other frameworks. So Scrum is very, very useful when it comes to building project on the field. So the module 3 is telling you about Scrum, the event, the ceremony, everything about Scrum. Module 4 now is going to talk to you about product development. Hey, now that you are putting this methodology in place, is to do what? Is to build something, is to create something, is to create a website, is to build an application, is to create a cell phone, is to create a road, is to build a house. You see, any industry that you can imagine, you can apply Agile into it. So this is the product. How do you use that product, leverage this methodology to build that product? When you build the product now, how do you measure the effort? How do you make sure that the requirement that you get from the client is speak the client need? That's what they call user story. So this is telling you, how do you make sure that when the client tell you what they need, you speak their language whenever you want to build something. You speak their language, they measure the effort, and that effort, you store all of them into what they call a backlog. That backlog is where you pull the requirement every time and work on that requirement and deliver to the client maybe every 2 weeks, maybe every 3 weeks. It's not anymore 6 months or 1 year. So every week, every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, you stop and you review what you have done. You show it to the client. When the client is happy, you start again and select another small portion of product that you are doing, build it on for 3 weeks, show it to the client. That is Agile, okay? So now when you are here, you are ready to take the exam. When you are here, when you finish this module 5, we have a different website where you prepare your exam. We have documents that you have to read for your exam. Now you go and read all of them, and you take your exam. When you pass your exam, now I will be working on your resume. We work on your LinkedIn profile. And then you buy your business case, which is $250. I will recommend that, because that business case now, the developers are in the field building your business case, using all these modules and using your resume to customize your business case so that you can be sellable on the market, so that you can know how to express yourself and show the experience that you said that you have. So while they are doing that, now you come back and start reading these 3 modules. Why these 3 modules at the end? Because this is what is gonna give you the job, right? All of them is gonna land you the job, but this only, most of the time, only come for the job. Really, you won't see it on the exam, but it's required. Many people stop here, but we will go further, right? Because we know that we are not training you for you to pass the exam. We are training you for you to land a job. So the module 6 now is talking about process management. When we talk about process here, we are talking about the technology in place. We're talking about the process, the tool that we are using, the environment. This module is very technical, and I'm not expecting you to master the module as an RT guy, because you will hear word like DevOps, you will hear word like RTRL, you will hear word like Jenkins, Selenium tools, a lot of tools there, and a lot of video in that module. But this is important for you to know, to familiar yourself to those words, because it's going to come up during your interview. It shouldn't be new to you, because when you come up, are you working in the DevOps environment? You have to be able to say yes and know what DevOps means. Do you do CI/CD integration? You have to understand what it means, okay? So this module is giving you that concept. Now the module 7 is a metric module. It's measuring the effort of the team. Remember, the team is building this product. You have to track as a Scrum Master, as a project manager. You want to make sure that the team is on track. If they are not on track, what you have to do to put them back on track? You want to evaluate the root cause if there is a problem. And for you to detect the problem, you have to understand the metric. And when we talk about metric, we see data behind the metric. So you have to understand the behavior of the data. Why is it that we were supposed to do 20 story point, now we are doing 14? Why is it that last spring we did 50 story point, this spring we did 20 story point? What is happening? This is where they are paying you heavily, because you are asking those kind of questions, okay? Now, when you finish this, the last one is the module 8 is Agile at Scale and Dependency Management. Because things are growing and most companies are big. Maybe you will be working with the government, US government. Maybe you will be working with companies like IBM, company like big banks. Those companies have 10, 20, 100 team of Agile. 100 Agile team. How are you going to manage them? You need to scale out Agile. So they have scaled out Agile. And now at that level now, they are talking about scale Agile. And one of the framework that is most used in the scale Agile is what they call SAFe. SAFe is Scale Agile Framework. SAFe, we introduce you on SAFe, even though SAFe is a whole new license that you can do it after this one. But we introduce you to SAFe, and the knowledge that we give you is enough for you to land a job in the SAFe environment. Okay, I am a certified SAFe. Judika, she's a certified SAFe. So she can talk with that experience that you cannot have, but we will give you enough knowledge for you to also express yourself as if you were certified SAFe. Okay. Any question on the module? Any question? What makes us different as a school? Because out there, I can tell you, everywhere you can go, you can get that course. Even online, you pay maybe 300 or 500, you get this course. But what makes us unique? And now let me show you. The way you will see that the way the course event design is different. You cannot find a course like that anywhere. The design is user-friendly because they know that, especially when you are already on 18, 19, you don't want anything complex. You want something that when you read, you feel good. You don't want to read so many words into, you want something simple. they simplify it and give you more visualized picture of what is happening because they know what it means. You have other things to do. Maybe you have children, you have your work to handle. You don't want to spend too much time to understand something. That's why they emphasize and they invested so much in the visual representation of what they are saying. The graphic is giving you the idea of what is happening. The second thing is, it's a journey. Your journey is just starting with us. We will never leave you behind. Like when I talk, Judikaya is here and she will be, I will give her word, floor afterward. Even she's in the field now, but she still have issue. She have to reach out to us, to the team, and guess what? We cannot leave her behind. We will sit her down and show her what she needs so that she can excel in her career. So you will have that support during the class, during your lessons, during the interview, even when you land the job. We are still there. It's a family. We are not here to build something that tomorrow, we are building a family. And if you even become good, this company will hire you back again to coach others. Just like Jujikaye now, I'm telling you, Jujikaye is coming today to shadow me because she is the company want to hire her as a coach, to coach also. Now she have to shadow me. She will start with the orientation class for now. So she see how it goes so that next time now she can do it. And because she's already coaching people in her workplace, that is the leverage that they're giving you. Like, Eugene, I see you, you are young, and then you have that nice accent that we don't have. You see my accent, strong with French. You have more better leverage than us communicating this kind of concept. If you just tell me, let's say that you set yourself apart, and then you prove that, hey, this is a thing that I want to embrace. This company will embrace you, and they will be willing to accommodate you and to also support you so that you can start maybe training other and things like that. So there is a family business, okay? That is what I like on this company. And the third one is what we prefer student client to face technology challenges, right? Because even when you will be in the field, you will face some technology challenges. But guess what? We don't need to worry about that because we'll be there to facilitate that to you with you. We give you template, we anticipate, we design things every day. I cannot count how many nights I sit with my students who are already working. They tell me, oh, I have this issue. We have to figure out together. And that alone give you that safety that you want to have. We have you stand out as a candidate by designing your customer business case for interview. That is a secret. Why is it that people are getting RT last and they are not getting a job? Because nobody taught them this. Nobody showed them that there's a secret in RT. Nobody showed them how to win a job in RT. You don't go to the RT to show your degree. Even you have a PhD. I have a master in RT. I have a master in information technology, specialized in GIS, which is Geography and Information System, from the University of Maryland. Let me tell you guys, I struggled to get a job. I struggled because nobody taught me this. After that, even if you go for a PhD, nobody cares. What they care about is what do you know, what do you do, and how do you do it? And usually nobody tell you this in the IT world. That's why people don't get the job. So that business case is giving you that, and I will show you an example. We help you build confidence in delivering value at your work, design process tracker for your work. When you land a job, you will sit you down again and give another orientation this way, but this time it's going to be a work orientation. How do you approach your work? How do you ask questions? Because if you go to your work and start asking questions as somebody who is novice, it's obvious. You already said that you have 5 years of experience or more. And you go now and start asking some kind of weird question. People start questioning your background. So we will sit you down and do another orientation to make sure that you know what to ask. Before you ask questions, Google. If you cannot Google, reach out to somebody, your instructor. Let them have you already before you ask that question. You don't want to go and expose your weakness, right? That is what it means. We have an active Slack and WhatsApp community for the team collaboration and resources. We have a WhatsApp for the student, the one that you know, and we have a WhatsApp for the professional. Okay, those who are, you need you have an issue, you post on the WhatsApp for professional if you are working in the field, and then somebody will get back to you and share their experience or support you on that. Okay, any question on this? Any comment? Jen, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
So how are you feeling so far?
I'm feeling good. I think I understand everything you're telling us, and yeah.
When I see you, I see Judikai, because you guys are young. Judikai is barely 20 to 23, you are 19 or 20. You guys are young. You have the future in this industry. Honestly, I can tell you. And you have the language that we don't have. You don't need to speak with my accent. So you will not have that issue that we face. Take it, use it really. If you use it, you can say yourself out. So now, let's talk about Agile himself as a career. What is it that people go from nursing to Agile, go from other industry to Agile? What is it that is so attractive? Let's talk about that. Because there is an increased demand in the skill. I already told you what is happening in the industry now. People are moving from waterfall to Agile. So a lot of demand, and I will show you, we Google it together to see it. And then what ability a decent job faster and learn while earning. If you guy as an example, she will tell you, I want her to tell you her own experience. But before that, you learn while earning. Remote interview and remote work. And she will tell you about that, about her own experience. Decent pay, average salary is about 118,000. Again, how will you feel? That 3 months from now, you are earning 118,000. How will you feel?
I feel great. That's a lot, especially for somebody my age.
Career growth opportunity, average salary as an Agile coach, 152 to 199. That's why we are training you like Vijay now. You want to be a coach. Now she's shadowing me. And she be in the industry. She graduated from her college in June. So to now, just imagine how fast she's growing. You can do the same. Okay. Leadership opportunity, right? As an agilist, you can, if even in the industry now, for you to even start compete for a position as a leader, they want you to have a background as an agilist. So there's a lot of demand, a lot of demand. Now, this is the path. And I want you always, every day, to yourself, where am I here on my journey to become an agilist? You pass your license, view your resume, view your LinkedIn profile, view your business case, view your calendar, optional, apply for job. I will always recommend 30 to 35 jobs a day, and I will tell you how and why you have to do that. And you prepare for your interview, and leverage different tools that we give you, and then you land your job. So this is the journey. This journey, some people do it in 1 month, like you guys did in 1 month. Some people do it in 3 months. Some people do it in longer. Really, it's really up to you and your ability to do it. We are here to support you. Any speed that you bring in, we can accommodate. Now, let's talk about job. Because why is it that you are doing this? If this was a waste of money, you want to make sure, are you wasting your money or you are really doing something that people need? This is just banking. I took banking because I love banking. I'm in the banking industry. But next time, I'm sure next set of students, I will take something else. Look at the need in the banking industry. No, you, Emily, somebody else, that she reached out to me from my website, from the one company website, and she worked in the industry. She didn't even know that in her own company, she had more than 100 positions open as a Scrum Master. She said, yeah, I work here, I didn't know. Maybe you don't even know, but those positions are open. Just imagine, Silicon Valley, how many positions? More than 10. Chase Bank, more than 1,000. Scrum Master only. Capital One, more than 100. Schwab, more than 10. So maybe your own company that you are working in now, they need somebody you have done just that small asset, but you don't know. Okay, now let's talk about money. We took nursing because most of our students are immigrant. We know how it feels as an immigrant coming here. Some, have to learn the language. Some, even you have a master like me, I have a first master in education. I have to trash my master and start over. It is painful because Americans don't care about what you have as a degree. It's painful. But with this, they provide you the solution that you need. You don't need to trash your license any longer. If you have license from wherever country, that degree, that diploma is respected. When you come to RT world, it's respected. What they need is that you prove them that you know what you are doing. Most people come here, what do? They go to the nursing program, to the healthcare program, not because they love healthcare, because of the job security that they are looking to achieve. And now we take nursing as an example because 80% of our immigrants, especially immigrants from Africa, they go and they trash everything and they start over doing nursing, going through prerequisites, going through a lot of things to learn the job. It takes them an average of 4 to 6 years with tuition, loan, whatever it is, to learn that job. Now let's look at the salary. As an RN, which is a registered nurse, RN in Texas, I will take national. I know most of you that are in Maryland there. In Texas, an RN is making, that is the median salary, which is 76,000 a year. Some of them are even making less. Okay, some are making a little bit more, like up to 99,000, but very few, right? But this is the majority. People are in this range, 67 to 88,000 a year, after at least 4 years of study. Look at the nurse practitioner. Nurse practitioner they are the champion in the nursing. They are already up there. When you say that you are nurse practitioner, you are so respected in the nursing field. It takes them about 6 years to get into nurse practitioner. Look at their salary. The average is what, 109. Now let's look at that lesson that you are taking today. That can take you 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, 3 months, I don't know. But even if we say 1 year, what will happen with that license? Look at the Agile Scrum Master salary in Dallas now, 114,000. With that license, you can get that income. That is the national average from 121,000 to 152,000 with the license that you are taking today. I want to pause here. Any question on that? Nadine, how are you feeling?
Very good. Thank you. Yeah, all what you said is just like you are talking to me. Because I can say that with the nursing program is so frustrating. And now, as Asian said, I started to read about the program. Is just like easy going, and I'm so thankful for this.
All right. Anything to say, Amin?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. For a person who doesn't know too much English like you guys, is it possible to get that degree so fast?
When you say you say we here, right? Don't
Yeah.
like you hear my accent, but I
Yeah.
was able to get it in 1 week, right?
Are you sure?
It's possible. You can get it in the blink of your eyes. The degree is not a problem. I mean, I can guarantee you that.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm coming from Cameroon and I have a master degree. And then when I came here, it wasn't like that. I had to forget everything about all my studies. Now I feel very, very, very sad because I spend a lot of time at school in my country. But here I have to start everything. I have to restart everything.
You are not alone. Many people go through that. But now with the RT is not in the same anymore. That master, we hear a lot of dividend for you.
Yeah.
If you do what I tell you, if you follow me, I can guarantee you, you will be smiling by next year now, maybe a few months from now, you'll be talking on this stage and tell us your experience, because it's all about you and your experience, okay?
Okay. Thank
Few
you.
months from now, if you follow what I said,
Yeah.
few months from now, you'll be sharing your experience to others and said, look, I wish he told me the 10 years ago, I will not have gone back again and do another master degree. I have 2 bachelor degrees, 2 master degrees, all that for work, because I wanted to fit in. But we don't want that anymore. Or you can do much more back with the degree that you have back home. So we can do it. All right. Now, so what do you get from your $1,000? The cost is $1,250 for your business case. So $1,250 to set you ready to land a job. Of course, you have to pay $150 on Scrum.com to pass your license. So if I take the entire budget for this course, it's going to be $1,400 to go and get the course, get the license, get your business, and get ready to land a job. That is your budget, your capital to land a job, if you really follow what we are saying. And what do you get with the number? We will only control 1,250. That means we give you business case 250 and the training. On that training, you get the free exam prep site, an exam question and answer. You get free weekly interview prep class. Every Wednesday, we are connected to prepare you for the interview. That's why I told you that many of our students landed job in different areas because we prepare them to land a job. Every Wednesday, we connect with all our students to get that. And if you have a very special interview that I feel like is complex, I connect with you on one-on-one and we go through that before you get to your interview. I coach you on that. We also give you what? Normally, I'm just supposed to give you a template for your resume, but I go even further by building that for you. But when I build the resume for you, please take time, check to see if I didn't skip maybe a link. Because I can forget to update even your LinkedIn link on that, because we use a template, but I customize it, right, to fit your background. So when I give you a copy of the resume, double check everything. Make sure that the link that is there is your link. Don't go and make any mistake like that, okay? So I will build it for you, everything ready for you to use. And then we give you all the ready material. Now you have access to all the ready material if you have paid. You have access to everything, and I'm going to be adding more. Okay, and then your LinkedIn profile, we work on that together. Make sure that it's professionally presentable, and you're ready to go. You're ready to sell yourself on the market. So this is what it means when it comes to this program. Now, I want to give the floor now to Judikael. And Judikael, I was saying, and she joined this program in June. Actually, she graduated in June, and she joined this program, I think, June 5th, this year. So I want to give her the floor to share about her experience first, and then to give you some advice and answer your question if you have any. Judikael, you have the floor.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, I feel a little sleepy, but yeah, I will try. So my name is Judy Kyle McGill, and yeah, I joined this program in June of this year, right after I finished college in May. So June of this year, and after 1 month, July 9th, I landed my first offer, and a month after that, I landed my second offer. I would say my own personal experience is that I followed Miss Georgette. I just did whatever she told me. I just went through the program, did whatever she told me. Like, I literally followed her path. Every single thing she told me to do, I did. You know, build your LinkedIn profile, I did. Be on time in class, read your stuff. I would say, yes, you need to literally follow the advice. You need to put in the work. Yes. Of course, the course is, I mean, I can tell you for a fact, everybody in my class landed an offer, landed a job. Even if it was within 3 months or 4 months, everybody landed more than one offer. So that is not a lie, I can tell you from experience, but it's going to take work. So you need to prepare to put in some effort, to apply every single day and to really understand the course, because you can't go on the field and you know nothing, right? I mean, you need to be ready, understand the concept, truly understand the concept, and especially the last 3 chapters you need to understand, especially when they talk about tracking. You need to understand, okay, what is a burn down chat, what is a burn up chat, understand pretty much what you need to know, have a solid understanding. Then when you go on the field, you are going to pass interviews and you are going to fail. I can tell you for a fact, my first interview, I was scared. I was scared of even taking the phone. I applied and they called me the following day and I couldn't even answer the phone. I would literally look at my phone and I was so scared of answering a question. But you need to eventually do that, right? You need to jump in the water and just start swimming. You're going to fail. The first interview, I was scared, I was nervous, I was anxious, because remember, I'm coming straight from college and I'm saying that I've done something for 5 years when I haven't. How do you embody that experience? And that's when your business case come in. Your business case should be like your Bible. I can tell you for a fact, it has to be like your Bible, because that is how you embody that experience. That is where you transform what it says on your resume to real life experience, because they're going to give you real life scenarios that you can clearly tell. Okay, they're going to tell you some scenarios and you need to tell that. Remember, stories sell a lot more. So that is what the business case is about. So I just went through the interviews, and sometimes I couldn't answer questions properly. Sometimes I fail, but hence the reason why the interview class come in, because I would literally record all the questions that I was being asked, especially those that I didn't feel like I answered correctly, and then go to the interview class. Then we answer it from there with all my classmates, with Miss Georgia. We will go through that. How could I have approached the question better? And I would keep like an Excel sheet in addition to my business case, because the business case would not have all the scenarios. So you're going to keep an extra sheet where you can record all the different types of possible questions that will come. And eventually it becomes like a one-stop shop. The more you go through the interview, trust me, you will gain your confidence. I would say my best advice for anyone that is just joining this course is, like I said earlier, know your stuff, but you need to be so confident. When you go in front of the interviewer, remember that you're needed. Remember that if they called you, then that's because they find value in your background, your resume. So it's my confidence that made me land at my first job. I will tell you that for a fact, because yes, sometimes even when they ask you a question you don't know, but because you're so confident not to show them that, okay, I don't know what I'm talking about, it will land you a job. And in the field, in the field itself, I think my first mistake was that I asked too many questions on my first day of work. So when you go to work, please don't ask any questions. I know we often said that there are no stupid questions, but when you're asking questions, think twice before asking. You want to ask like somebody who knows what they're talking about. You don't want to ask like a novice, right? You don't want to ask questions that is going to make people question you. So you want to be careful the types of questions you ask. And even before you ask something, try to find it on the internet. Try to do your own research before you even attempt to ask that question. And my last advice will be, even in the field, you're going to still learn, right? You're going to still learn. Of course, you're not required to take other licenses, but me, I like to learn. So I took other licenses in addition to this course. And but it didn't really add much value. I think this exam that you're going to take is good enough. With all these material, I can guarantee you, you can land any job of your choice. Any job of your choice, that I can tell you for a fact. And it's just like Ms. Georges was saying earlier, the skill that you learn in this class, you can extrapolate that in other fields. For example, in the medical field and any other field. Like I came in from university with a background in neuroscience, wanting to go to medical school. Now I have a choice, right? Now when I'm passing my medical school interviews, I am passing with the idea that, okay, well, I answer questions because I'm using the skills that I learned here. And now I have a choice, and it feels good to have a choice in life, right? I can stay in IT or I can be a doctor if I want, but I have a choice, and I wouldn't be saying that if I didn't join this course 1 month, few months back when I was finishing university. So this is just my little experience. Please, yeah, I can guarantee you, if you follow what she's saying, you will be successful. I cannot tell you for a fact that you will land your offer in within 1 month, because it's different from person to person. But if you follow the path, eventually you would land something for sure. So that's my little advice.